Hi Aries, welcome to your reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could have planets in the sign of Aries, whatever brought you to the reading. I just say welcome. Welcome to everyone who's been with me, and welcome to anyone who's new. Thank you for spending your time with me. So, this is Aries. Shout out to my friend on March 22nd. Um, some of you are going to have a birthday late March, so happy birthday. And yeah, I don't know, Aries. Let's get into your reading. I'm doing your reading in the evening. It's a peaceful, I don't know, it's just nice and peaceful. It's a Monday evening. I very seldom read on a Monday night, but I decided to do your reading, so I don't know, there's probably a reason. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and use our three different decks, Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. I keep thinking I should look, I have a couple different oracle decks, but I just love the Mother Mary oracle. I just love the words of wisdom. So that's really why I stay with it. But I know some of you would like, maybe an addition, so we'll think about that, definitely. And then I don't know, I feel like using a cozy witch. I've been using it a lot lately, and I'm just loving how it's reading, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna stay with it. And then we're gonna use our Gilded Tarot, which I really love to clarify. It's a deck that I use to clarify most of my readings, or to go deeper, really. So let's go ahead and get right into your reading. We bring the lid down a little bit. There we go. And let's start with Mother Mary. Let's give her a shuffle or two. Aries, beginning of spring, the seed planter, the go getter. If you don't do it, who will? Kind hearted, feel like you're always wanting to help those in need, maybe sometimes to a fault, but it comes from a loving place, like a loving, empathetic place. I don't know, something just made me describe you. All right, we got two. Bring the book out. We'll read from the book at the end of the reading, but let me put it out. All right. So we have, well, I love this one, signs. Sign, 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 everywhere, sign. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. I watch for and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. Not a one-time deal. It's an over and over. It's guidance, GPS, and family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. You know, we do all we can do, and sometimes it's beyond us, whatever that may mean. I mean, I know what it means. I know what it meant in my own life. Um, and many times we turn for prayer. We turn to prayer. So, okay. Signs and family. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and give the Cozy Witch a few shuffles. Those who are new, this is the newest deck of the family. It's not quite what I was looking for. I don't know. I do love it. Now that I have it, I do love it, but I definitely had something else in my mind, and it's interesting how, like, a deck will come across, like online, let's say, and then, that the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. I feel like It's saying it's go time. All right, maybe that means it's shuffle time or cut time. It's time to cut. And now it's time to shuffle again. All right. Well, that didn't take long. All right, we have the broom, out with the old, in with the new. It's clearing up those cobwebs of the mind and then those corners of the mind. Especially since you have the card, or the energy, I should say, from Mother Mary signs. Like, I want to be aware, and sometimes I have to clean out the old, and it feels good. Like, think about like really cleaning your house, and then once it's clean, it's like you look back and you're like, yeah, this feels good. All right, what's it say? Tidy up your life so you can make space for something new. No, something better. Something better. All right, we have the patient, which interesting is like both, maybe while I was patient, I got out my broom. I'm laying here. And this is an energy that it's asking you to take on. Learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. Again, that would relate back to signs, but I have a feeling like as one was doing that, it's like, okay, go get the broom. Because even in her room, like her hat's on the floor, her shoes, everything's just thrown on the floor, kind of. So maybe she just needs to tidy up. All right, we have the Nine of Wands. Interesting. Seems like there's a lot of reflection going on. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like it's a good thing, really, because here she is holding this candle, this flame. There's like all these like burnt candles. Some like I took them the whole way down. Others I gave up on them right away. But here she's holding this new candle, and it's like, what's it say? It would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. It would take a hell. It's like, you know, maybe these candles, for whatever reason, they just weren't what I thought. But now I'm holding this one candle. Okay, well, let's keep going. And then we have the Four of Cups. Okay, so there's a lot of energy of like in your home. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Almost like a little pinprick. Like, ooh, ooh, was that a sign? Oh, I felt that. Was that a sign? What's that say? Look at you. You're bursting with sparkly new ideas. And again, when you use that broom, that's what you're doing. You're clearing the cobwebs of the mind. You're making room for new in your life, or better. You're learning about yourself. I feel like, you really are really learning like who you are. And I feel like it is the energy of you need to like be aware of that. Like, be like, good job, like the things that you've gotten through. And then I feel be careful that you don't live in any regret. Like you do the best you do until you know better. My God, it took me a while to learn how not to live with regret because boy, I feel like I have a lot of it, or I had a lot of it. But I feel like it's one of those things, if we don't get rid of it, it feels like it turns into karma. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is just one of those things I feel. Anyway, a lot of energy like in the home. Four of Cups. Try not to be so picky, okay? Okay. Hmm. Four of Cups can be discontentment, boredom. It is about, like she has to choose one of these cups here. And, maybe I can't see the contents, so I have to use my spiritual discernment, if that makes sense. Like they all have a lid on them, so I can't really see the contents. I just have to because what I want is a black coffee and cream and sugar, no. So I just hope. I have a feeling we're gonna start getting some cards of action. And I'm saying that because I feel like you've been a lot of inner reflection, but I also feel like a lot of time in the home. And I don't really feel forced. You know what I mean? Though there is a little bit of energy of, needing to be patient at the same time. Okay. We have the Two of Pentacles making a decision. And then we have the Seven of Swords. So someone's just not trusting themselves. Someone's not trusting themselves within something. What's the Seven of Swords say here? Are your actions really as selfless as you think? Hmm. This person's thinking about these daggers. They haven't actually thrown them. They're thinking about them. So to me, whatever that may mean, but it's still in thought. And it could have been me because the Nine of Wands is right above it. And it may say changing your life or a situation is easier than the other route, if that makes sense. All right. It's almost like you hear from someone or you have some type of communication, something, an idea, something, and it immediately puts you in this question mode. And this question mode includes or has some, let's just say, potential deception. I say potential because, again, I feel it's in thought, not in action. At least, not yet. We have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. True success isn't just about money. It's about happiness too. Well, I think someone has to tell the King of Pentacles that. Thanks for supporting. Can't read that. Print's just a little too small. That would be probably my biggest complaint, my only complaint really. We have the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. Virgo. There are some things that must be done on your own. Some decks this is called solitude. And again, we have the patient witch, and she's someone, and that's kind of what I feel like in the home is like a bit of solitude. And maybe it's just as it's meant to be because again, these signs I feel like will lead you, but I do feel like you have to follow at the same time. It is interesting because I do feel like, for some, it could be this king who like reaches out and it kind of puts you in a little bit of a now what type of thing. Let that car pass, whatever it was. Six of Wands underneath that. Hmm. Here she is in her room. And I feel like she's surrounded by her favorite things, like her books. I feel like she's got her favorite sweater on, definitely her favorite jeans. She's using the pendulum, so she's asking questions. And I do feel like receiving answers. Maybe it's also saying, it's not all book smarts. Like, figuring out life is, you got to figure out the spiritual part of it. Figure out the spiritual part of it, and you figure out the human part of it. All right. Gonna give the Gilded Tarot couple. It's funny. I didn't say this was for March 2024 in the beginning, and I did that on purpose because something tells me that I'll put this out way before that. And but here's the thing, I feel like this type of reading, it reaches you whenever it's meant to reach you, and you reach it, however it comes about. And that I trust. I let go of it. Okay. Out with the old, in with the new. Hmm. All right, with the death card, well, perfect energy, right? I mean, that's what the broom is. Same thing. So, closing the doors. And, if you close the door, a new door will open. It's just the way it is. It's like a promise, and I have a feeling, I just get this feeling like there's something being presented to you that maybe, I don't know, I don't know if it's you or them. I feel like it's got this energy of, let's just say, not completely of the light. No, I shouldn't say that because I'm looking at this flame, and I feel like this is like, this is real, but I feel like it can't. I don't feel this very often, but I feel like it comes at maybe a difficult time. And maybe you are being tested. I don't know. I don't want to put any pressure on anybody, but um, because I feel like if I'm with someone else, and listen, if you are, you're unhappy anyway. I feel like you put an end to something. Or let's just say that's what your guides would say. Double Scorpio, by the way. Six of Swords over the patient witch. So, I feel like that need to be patient. How long? Well, it's up to you because the Six of Swords is you looking at the areas in your life, maybe your whole life, maybe one part. Maybe you're looking at why, like, these some candles are burnt the whole way down, like whatever it may be. the toxicity, and when I say toxicity, it can be people, but can also just be energy that held you back. But I feel like that now it's changing. So that's why the door has to close, because I feel like now, well, here comes this movement. Here comes the movement. And maybe you are going to be guided. Okay. Well, hello, soulmates. Hmm. Look at them. Eye to eye. Who's ever in this boat, they're heading towards the soulmates. So, who's ever in this boat had to close the door. And then after closing that door, now they're heading towards the soulmates. Again, is it like literally, in a car, in a boat, in a ship? I don't know. It can be energetically, it can just be like in the same town. But I do feel, excuse me, like all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, it's because, again, out with the old, in with the new. Anyway, Page of Pentacles. And then Two of Wands. Look at that, over the Ace of Swords. So I knew that Ace of Swords was going to change your life in some way. So now, I'd rather you be in the Two of Wands energy, because this is kind of like saying yes to a path. But you know what? Here's the thing. First, you dealt with one thing, you closed the door, and then you opened your life, your world, to what's new, what's better, and lo and behold, there's Two of Cups. Now, maybe it's just communication. This may be a candle that you've always held for this person. But again, I feel like, so if this is communication, and then you have the Two of Wands, I'm pretty guaranteed to say yes. Because in the Two of Wands, to me, it feels like an adventure. And how much better would that adventure be, being free and clear of, let's just say, past toxicity, whatever and wherever it came from, and being more like your true self, adventuresome, you know what I mean? But not weighed down at the same time. Hmm. It's interesting because this Page of Pentacles coming over the Four of Cups here, it makes me feel like you're definitely on a learning, like, let's just say the last cycle of your life. I feel like you've been learning, like you've been in this learning stage. It reminds me like school, like you've been in school. Maybe the rest of us were on summer vacation, but you've been in school. You've been learning. But it'll only serve you. Now you have to trust. Who do you have to trust? You gotta trust yourself. You gotta trust your own intuition. Should you take a chance? I feel like if you feel you should take a chance, then I feel you should take a chance. The Empress. Mm, she would take a chance. But you know what? She's, like I felt in this Nine of Wands, I also feel like in the Empress. And I feel like it's talking about like where you've been and what you have gone through. And when you examine your life, instead of like beating yourself up, realize like how strong you've become. And sometimes we don't feel strong, but we're still strong. Um, you know, And for some of you, it's like, you really learned how to take care of yourself. You gained a sense of independence. Like, I feel a lot of different things. So I feel like nothing was for nothing. What am I holding? Empress, the creative one. So, the Empress is someone who, she's been through it, but she now remains loving and nurturing. And I'll tell you why. It's her energy. It's because she trusts her energy. She doesn't need to create like walls and barriers because she trusts her energy. If it's not good, I'm going to know it. And then it is going to be up to me. So then it's only me I can blame. And if it feels right, there's nothing wrong with taking a step into it. You know what I mean? You don't have to make a commitment. And many times I feel like you don't want to miss the journey, anyways, because that's what it's, especially if this is talking about love. Like, you don't want to miss the journey. Some of you, maybe you've been single for a little while and you're thinking, do I really want to change that? Do I want to change that status? And I don't feel like you're overthinking it. I don't feel like I feel like you're just considering that. You know what I mean? And it feels like and as you should. So maybe this communication comes in and someone is asking you to take this adventure with them. And you may say, because they don't feel like there's any, like, it's not about fear. It's just, I have a lot going on in my own life, first of all. And so I feel like I'm using a very logical mind. Um, but ultimately, I do feel like the Empress is going to say yes. We have the Three of Cups. And, well, hello, lovers. Huh, look at that. Card of Gemini. Lovers, the meaning is ahead of a hard decision. Coming over the King of Pentacles. It's interesting because what I really love about this image is the divine feminine. Like, you can see her, right? She's like in person. We could touch her. But the masculine is like in spirit. Now, I don't mean like, and maybe, um, I don't mean like they've crossed over, though that could have happened. Because I feel like you would still feel that their energy and it's legitimate. You know what I mean? Like, believe that, trust that. But I also feel for those, this is talking about energy that you can feel before it even arrives. And it feels good. I feel like there may be a little thing about drinking. And it may just been like how I got through my day. But I don't know. And I feel like it's a little thing, but I need to just say that. So, that being said, okay, I want to go right below also. 33. I mean, come on, guys. How many times do you hear me say 33 in a reading? We have the Eight of Wands, so fast moving energy. What I think about, I bring about. Sometimes I'm manifesting, like here she is laying on her bed, just daydreaming. But maybe she's helping to manifest, right? A different life. And, maybe I have no clue how that's going to come to me, but I feel like divine knows because I feel like ring, ring. And then, okay, everything may start to change. You may have put off making a change that I feel like you really want to make. But I feel like this would be the year. Like, don't give yourself any excuses. Look at that, the Five of Pentacles. Excuse me. Some of you may be connected to someone, and it may be because of like a financial matter. You know what I mean? Like me leaving means that maybe I would lose 50% of the finances that I have now, type of thing. But, can you rebuild? I feel like you can, if that's what you want. Um, but again, like those are decisions you have to make. But I feel like it's showing, and I feel like if you're dealing with someone who is untrustworthy, and you really are dissatisfied within your life, and you do want to make changes, like then maybe just putting plans in place, whatever it is. I feel like, because this may be like the time, like the right time. Do you have a five that speaks to change? And maybe I feel like, if I make a change, I might be letting someone else down. But at the same time, I feel like you have every right to live your life to its fullest extent. Like you have every right. And I feel like you've earned that right. So, maybe that is part of it. Like, all right, then we have Seven of Cups. Hmm. I feel like it doesn't matter what's going on here. I feel like that Ace of Swords and that Eight of Wands, it's still coming in. And it is mirroring the lovers and this king. So, I feel like that's going to happen no matter what. It's what am I going to do in that? However, again, I feel like here's someone holding this flame. So, and what's this flame? Well, we have the Two of Cups right above it. And I feel like for some of you, I feel like it's almost like you feel this person's energy. If this is love for you, I don't know what else it could be. Um, because I feel like you feel it. Hmm. Okay. I feel like there may be some single moms who may just be like, is it okay for me to go on this like rendezvous? And I feel like yes. Now I don't mean abandon the children, anything like that. But maybe you've given and given and given, and now something's coming your way. And it's like, and you feel it. I mean, who am I to say? We have the Knight of Wands. Look at that. So mirroring each other's two energies of fast moving energy. I couldn't stop it if I tried. And it does kind of feel like I'm on a boat and I'm like rocking back and forth, and back and forth is like yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Hmm. Interesting. And I feel like for some of you, it's because you feel like you'll be letting someone down, and you may ask that question, like, "Do I have the right?" But if that's you, I feel like you're also living a very unsatisfied life, unadventuresome life, and I mean, you're an Aries. Boom, out with the old, in with the new, and oh my God, does it show? All right. I don't know where else to take this, to be honest. Um, and by the way, here is energy of passion, um, desire, and it is coming right below the lovers. So no wonder she's feeling that energy. Now I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, we do have the page who is now a king. So for some of you, this could be almost like, like I could go back. I don't feel like it's like who's putting me in a discontented life now. Well, I mean, I'm putting myself there. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like, listen, I just feel like some crossroads come up. And I feel like you make the decision of, whether you're going to take that adventure or whether you're not. It does kind of feel like it's left up to you. I don't see anywhere where the universe is going to force you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, maybe if I do nothing about the crap in my life, then the universe is taking it as a sign that I'm full. Like this motel is full. Go get a room somewhere else. And then there goes Prince Charming. Damn. But I had a room open. I just didn't feel like cleaning it. You know what I mean? Like we can, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why I said that. Anyways, let's read signs from Mother Mary. Sun, sun, everywhere, sun. All right. This card is a message for you to pay close attention to the signs that come to you in answer to your prayers. This can include a song that you hear, words that you read, a sight that you see, conversation you overhear, and so forth. The possibilities are unlimited. Signs tend to repeat themselves until you notice them or take some form of action. However, it's also possible to notice one the first time it presents itself. As you listen to these signs, you get a sense of heaven's continuous participation in your life, which helps you feel safer and more loved. You can also pray for clarification if you don't understand a sign. After all, Mother Mary and the angels want to clearly communicate their love to you. Amen. So, and who better to receive the signs than the Empress? Because, I'm not just going to sit on it. I'm going to give birth to it. I'm going to put it out at the right time. I'm thinking about like giving birth to a baby. Like, I don't want to give birth to a baby before the 9 months, right? So I give it the time it needs. And then I present it to the world. So, anyway, who knows? Maybe that's another journey. Because, I feel like, listen, when we change one part of our life, eventually the rest changes, and usually almost always for the better. And I feel like sometimes, yeah, we do need to go through temporarily difficult energy. But if we know this, it's leading us towards the light, let's say, then, we'll be okay. Be okay. All right, guys. I love you. I thank you. Um, Happy birthday again. Um, and just thank you. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. Thank you for those who stuck around till the end. I know many of you didn't. Um, I love you guys. And I don't know, I feel like I hope you let yourself be free, whatever that may mean. But I'm gonna let that be. So I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.